Specifying replica furniture. Is it acceptable? As a design student who works for a company that manufactures and sells both original and replica furniture products, this is a dilemma I face every day, and one that I know from experience has two sides that are both valid. In Australia, selling and manufacturing replica furniture is legal. This is because designers and their work are relatively underprotected by law in Australia. Designers are able to register their designs as part of the Designs Act of 2003. Protection afforded to designers via registration is limited to 10 years. After this period, replicas can be manufactured for little or no monetary compensation or royalty and marketed using the original names as long as replica is disclosed. This makes the question of whether it's okay to specify replica furniture, at least for the moment, an ethical rather than a legal one. Much of the argument against replica furniture is about the poorer quality of manufacturing. However, many replica furniture pieces are now being made to the exact specifications of the originals, or with Italian leathers and European and American timbers. Consumers also notice this, with one woman saying that if the quality of replica matches the original, then she probably wouldn't regard it any differently. The most obvious argument for the use of replica furniture by interior designers is price point. Most clients are not willing to, or are unable to, spend many thousands of dollars on one chair. As designers, we should be designing spaces for everyone, not just a privileged few. This is the argument that Australia's king of replica furniture, Adam Drexler, also uses, stating that access to style should not be restricted to income bracket. Chris Dimer, the managing director of the European replica furniture Voga, echoes this sentiment, stating that their number one aim is to make great design accessible again, as he claims it was also always supposed to be. Dimer furthers his argument by pointing to how high cost of the original design goes against many designers' original intent for their product. He makes the point that a Harry Bertoia chair would have cost you around $19 in 1968, or around $300 in today's money. This is less than half of what an original manufacturer will typically charge. Original design is simply too expensive for many people, and there are very few options for consumers other than the mediocrity and downright ugliness of Freedom Furniture or AMA. Perhaps as an industry, we should look to fashion and the many success stories of diffusion lines that blend exclusivity with affordability, such as Acne for Uniqlo or the recently released Kenzo for H&M. If, for instance, Herman Miller released a diffusion line of its iconic DSW chair at a more reasonable price point, rather than the $800 they currently cost, they would sell out in minutes. I would argue that the proliferation and popularity of replica furniture is not the fault of replica furniture companies, but the fault of designers and manufacturers who make access to beautiful original design out of reach for everyday people. This leaves a gap in the market that replica furniture companies are currently filling. It's up to the next generation of designers to create original pieces that are for everyone.